All right. Welcome back to another episode GPPD podcast. I'm KD, and you are
Nate.
He does that every time.
I put more passion into it that time. Felt it?
Yes, Nate. All right. So before we get started, a couple things. I know we were just talking. Get online and see what's out there because we don't know specific dates, but they're coming. GrandPrairiePolice.org. With PHS, personal history statements. If you start now, you'll be done by the time we put on a test. All right, my buddy, my man. So we're going to talk to Officer Blessing, and that's his real last name. We get that so much. Like, is that your real name? Like, what's such a blessing?
You ever had to fight somebody and afterwards they're just like, you were not a blessing?
Valdez used to say my first name was He's No.
Was what?
He's No.
He's no
Blessing.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Shout out to Valdez.
That's a freaking interview we should have.
Yes. Hey, if you're, and I know he's listening, you need to contact my people. Have your people call my people.
That would be a blast.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to jump right into this one because, believe it or not, it's going to be interesting because there's a bunch of stuff that, like, most people don't know. And I said
couldn't tell because when I asked him, I said, hey, is there anything you want to talk about? He's like, yeah. So, it's kind of hard to tell.
All right. All right.
So y'all work together, right?
Yeah, that was it. So he sits right beside me. So his desk is to my right. So this is going to be interesting. All right, we're going to just get started. How did you get into police work? No. I guess we're going to go all the way back. Tell me about your upbringing. The bad little blessing.
So my upbringing. So I grew up on a farm where we had cows and fences and had to do that in the summer, baling hay. And
how many acres?
So it was 110.
I'm jealous already.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
And we lived on 10 acres, and then we had a 100-acre spot that we would go take care of the cows and have to do the fences, baling hay, and all that kind of stuff.
Where at?
It was in Rye Vista.
Where?
Covington, Rye Vista.
Covington?
Texas?
Uh-huh.
Oh, look, I'm like, Covington, Georgia? I don't.
Yeah, south of Fort Worth, north of Waco. Off 35 down there.
Yeah. Small. That's a small. What? 500 people, maybe 1,000 now.
Yeah, their big thing is they had the cow patty bank, and it was like people could fly in there.
Okay, wait. Look at Nate's face. Cow patty bank.
Yeah, so it was their big bank where people would fly in down there. It had a little airstrip. It's closed now.
Oh, I'm confused.
And they named it after a cow dung?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wait. You said bank.
Bank. Yes.
BANK.
Yes.
So it's not where you go and exchange money.
Yeah, bank. Like yeah.
But you said people could fly in.
Yeah, it had a little airstrip behind it.
Behind the bank.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care about any of that part. It's named after cow shit.
Yeah.
Cow patty bank. I mean, I'm not laughing, but that's
yeah,
funny.
it's closed now. Yeah, but it was
Yeah, the marketing department probably didn't. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
When did they? I want a piece of history. Like when did they close? I need something out of that place.
I don't know. I went down there probably a few years back and just to like reminisce, and everything's closed down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the city is still standing.
Oh, it's a whole. It's not really a city. I mean, it's just like there's not really much down there.
I took a train from here to Austin this past weekend, and there's a lot of little towns like that that are just like as you pass through, just boop boop, gone.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Y'all had one stoplight.
Yeah. One convenience store.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Y'all knew everybody. Man. Cow patty bank.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around the guy who named that bank.
Oh no.
Like he's starting a bank. Like, did you read a book or whatever about
Yeah,
like
call
tying
it
into your
cow
environment,
patty. Yeah.
or
Maybe his cow was named Patty. I don't know.
Cow patty bank.
maybe like growing up, cow patties were.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah,
Absolutely.
okay.
Yes.
I'll make sure I wasn't the
Yes.
only one thinking this. Okay.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I was confused. And then he was like, oh, no, there's an airstrip behind it. What? I guess the rich people are flying in and they make a deposit and get on
Yeah,
out.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Brothers and sisters.
Only child. Well, I had 3 stepsisters.
He's spoiled rotten.
Well, probably not. I mean, you're growing up in a 110-acre farm.
Yeah. I mean, There's a lot of work.
But y'all did the work yourself.
Yes.
There is a difference.
Yes.
You do a 110-acre farm
Yeah.
and then like
Stacking
people
the
go
hay.
work for you.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
then-
See, yeah,
That's
I had, what do you call it, ranch hands? Did y'all have ranch hands?
Yeah, it was me.
He was like, of course. This guy.
Yeah.
So what'd you have to do?
Take care of the cows, brand them, put in the shots, help them have the calves, and
You screw that part.
yeah,
I've been around
fix
for that a little
fences, bale hay.
Yeah.
Loading the hay was the worst on the trailer.
bit. The hay was the part I didn't mind.
Well, when it's like 1,000 bales, it gets kind of
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you have
We
to.
didn't have that much land.
yeah.
So
I've only did it. Man, we built hay one time in college. No, and then I helped one of the officers here. He was hurt, so I helped him. I never do it again, bro. I don't care. You ain't get me to come out there. So you throw it up on the trailer, and then somebody's standing on the trailer because they have to stack it a certain way.
Usually there's a couple guys down walking beside the trailer
Yes.
to get off two
That-
sides, and
yes.
there's one guy on top of the trailer.
So which job is easier? Because I thought the guy standing on the trailer was like, "Oh, you got it made."
Oh yeah, so did
Until
I
you get-
until they had me do it,
Oh, I was gonna say until it's like
it's good about waist high.
waist high.
and then they keep coming.
Yeah. Oh.
We
Yeah.
did. We got one of those things one time. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a little thing you drag next to the trailer, and it's got the little chain that runs up and basically just grabs them and dumps them off the top. And that started off really cool, but then like the truck's not slowing down, so if you're not keeping up, it sucks.
He's like,
You're
"I'm
gonna get
tired."
crushed.
Yeah, he's got on cruise control like 5 miles an hour. You better come on, buddy. Oh man, that's awesome. So did
It's
you
good way to grow up, though.
Yeah.
Good,
Yeah.
teaches a lot of good lessons.
Yeah. Did you eat what was on the farm?
Yeah, yeah. Then
so jealous.
we'd go, hunting for deer and turkey and all that stuff, and what you killed, what you ate.
Primal. I love it. I love it.
So how'd you wind up, I guess, stepping away from that, to working in a suburban environment?
Well, because I went to college at Dallas Baptist University,
Okay.
so
Yeah, watch this. Go ahead.
and then when I graduated,
Don't you skip over that part. So he went to DBU. What'd you major in?
communication and biblical studies.
Communications and what?
Biblical studies.
Oh, it's like preacher stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Bro, he knows the Bible in and out.
So why are you doing this job for?
'Cause I applied and they took me.
Ah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Good job.
So did you, so I assuming you came from a religious family?
No.
So,
Okay.
yeah,
You make this really easy.
yeah. So we're like, where's the connection?
Yeah. No. So started going to church when I was 16. I grew up in church, but not like no pastor or preacher, like just And then
But you were around it.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you just like checked the book out from the library. Like, this is cool. Like, I'm gonna do this forever.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it.
Yeah. We grew up in and out of church.
Gotcha.
And then when I was 16, started going all the time to it was First Baptist Joshua, and then I went to DBU and graduated. And then my cousin actually married a Fort Worth police officer, and that's where I went on a ride out. And he was in the SRT in Fort Worth, Special Response Team. And so we got to do some cool stuff. And I was like, hey, that's a fun job. I want to do that.
Yeah.
Cool stuff like what?
I think we got in a chase and had to staked out a guy's house, and
That's awesome.
Yeah. So obviously, I'm assuming when you just were making the decision as far as going to school, obviously it's a Baptist school, you're studying biblical studies. Was that the route you had in mind?
Well, back then it was and the communication, because I was either going to do like a youth minister type job or get in the radio.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. How'd you make the transition to police? Just a cool ride out?
Yeah, and then I applied and they took me.
Oh, they're going to pay me now?
You're right.
Cool.
Yeah, because they're going to pay me to go to
Yeah.
school and or to the academy, and like, hey, I like money.
That's awesome.
That's fair.
So, okay, but you rode out with Fort Worth.
Fort Worth, yes.
Did you apply to Fort Worth?
Yes. I applied Dallas, Grand Prairie, Arlington, Fort Worth, the route that I drove.
Yeah. Right.
I'll just stop at the next station.
and Grand Prairie called me first. They all eventually, I could have kept going in all of their processes, but Grand Prairie was the one that hired me first.
Very cool.
Note to self, get on it.
What was that transition like as far as, obviously you've been somewhat exposed being in a city with this college, but
Right. Oh, it was pretty shocking. So after I got cut loose, they took me up to do prostitution with
gonna have to clarify.
undercover.
Yeah, because I'm
undercover.
thinking we just sold this man.
right.
Yeah. And so no. So like
Were
they,
other cops there?
Yes,
or was it-
yes. They had me go pick up them to take to the arrest team that was in the hotel. So I was the undercover guy picking them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was,
How do you draw that straw?
I guess, I had a baby face. I don't know. Or they're like, hey,
Were you
let's
passing yourself as underage?
No. Just it looks like a fun job.
You looked like the kind of guy who'd buy sex.
I guess so. A college kid, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
What you charging?
Yeah.
They say if you can work undercover with prostitutes, you can work undercover anywhere.
Oh, well.
'Cause there's no way they can pick out a cop quicker.
Oh.
That's what they say.
Oh. They didn't never pick me out. I even got the same girl 3 times arrested. 3 different weeks.
I don't want to know how, but I want to know how.
I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the funniest part was the first time that I had to pick up a prostitute, take her to the hotel where the arrest team was. They hid in the bathroom so that I didn't know because it was the first time, right? Like, and they're supposed to come through the door, through the it was the hotel with the adjoining door, so that they're in one room.
Oh,
you're
yeah,
in the
gotcha.
So you go in and they're supposed to come through when they hear the door close. Well, I walk in. She walks in first. I walk in behind her, close the door loud, like so they're supposed to. And I notice the door's open. So I'm like, that's weird. That door's open. That's supposed to be closed. And so then she walks over there, and I'm trying to like look in the other room without like, because I'm like, I don't know what to do. I need an adult, like
Right.
and then she goes, whoa, okay. When's this gonna happen? I'm like, I don't know. Hold on.
Did she ever start to get hinky or like?
Well, she started to take off her top and everything, and I'm like, oh my god, like,
Don't show me those. Wait.
DB, you are so ashamed of me right now.
and then, I mean, I'm sure it was only a minute, but it seemed like it was like forever. And then they finally walked out of the bathroom laughing, and I still remember she was like, "Oh, I didn't know it was going to be that kind of party."
Oh,
Damn.
but yeah, I brought bracelet.
Yeah.
Jesus. I don't think I'd do good in that environment.
Yes, you have to have a lot of discipline.
No, I don't think I'd have to have any discipline. I don't think it'd be an issue. That's not what I meant.
Oh. That's where my brain went.
I think I'd be safe.
Like, be like, okay, wait, you taking your clothes off? Wait, why would you do that?
Nah, because like some people get like touchy, and
Oh,
it's hard.
yeah,
Like when you're on
yeah.
duty, it's easy to be like,
Yeah.
"Don't touch me." Like we're
Yeah.
not that we talk like that, but
Right.
you just
Be like, yeah, don't touch me.
respect my personal officer space or whatever that we say. As opposed to like you're there to have sex, it's hard to justify "don't touch me." Right now.
True. Yeah. Expectations are a little different.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Sorry you went through that.
Yeah. But it's a good laughing point now. I mean, you know, yeah.
So what was your role when you did that? Like I know for the operation what your role was. As
Right.
far as like were you just like a patrol
Yeah,
officer?
just patrol
Yeah,
officer.
okay.
They just pick certain people to
Yeah.
help out. Yeah.
That's cool. Would you do it again?
Nah, I think I'm good.
Yeah. Because we still have stings and stuff like that.
I think so.
I think, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want. Yeah, I mean, but mom, we used to do the takedown stuff in Dallas, but that was all pretty straightforward. There was none of the undercover crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are when you're the guy in uniform.
Clint.
So, how was your training process? I mean,
Oh, it was back then. It was rough because so it was 2005, and so this January will be 20 years for me.
oh wow,
So
Jeez, congrats.
back then it was still like if you didn't know where you were, you had to go back and run to find the street sign, and then come
Right.
back and do push-ups or whatever they wanted you to do.
They're all hazing. What? Get out, run. Go run to. No, just drive down there. How about that?
If you're like, hey, where we at? Oh, how are you going to tell them if you don't know where we're at? So
I support it.
yeah,
I like it.
No. Absolutely not.
So getting the bearings right for Grand Prairie was rough, especially Indian Hills area.
Dude, I still get lost in Indian Hills.
Yeah, you're going north and then you're going south and back north again. And you don't even know which way you're facing.
If I get in a foot chase in Indian Hills, I'm just calling out house colors, and y'all can figure it out. Or me and that guy are gonna have a really bad time.
I like Indian Hills. So patrol. How long were you on patrol?
10 years.
And then what?
Went to SRO for roughly 10 years and just got transferred to community services.
Talk about it.
I think you should talk about it. You
No,
worked there.
yeah, no. Hold on. So SROs back then, about 10 years ago. Where did you start? Was it elementary and you worked your way to high school or
No, it was a middle school.
middle school? All right. So which one?
Fannin.
I don't.
Way out on the
We have so many.
toward Dallas, East End.
Oh, East End.
How did that like showing up to work every day as an SRO compared to patrol? I mean,
Kind of like it's your own little town. I mean, you know, all the problems they go to you for whatever it is. So, I mean, as long as you control that, you're golden. I mean,
yeah.
Is it true that y'all are like your own investigators too? Because I heard one SRO was like, no, send it to me. I'm going to pull the student in, talk to him. And I don't know if it was writing something. I don't know if they talking about warrants, but I was just like, y'all do all of that stuff? They were like, yeah, we investigated.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a warrant on the judge's desk right now that I walked in there and dropped mine off today, and I saw it was an SRO. I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah. There's I think there's 3 SROs that are do the filing of the cases for the SROs.
Yeah. That's pretty neat.
It's kind of crazy. You have to have SROs that do nothing besides file criminal, or not do nothing, but that file criminal cases.
Well, it's on top of their normal.
right.
Yeah.
I just mean it's not that kids are committing
like,
crimes. at all.
man, when we were coming up, it was when is recess and when is lunch.
Yeah.
Now it's like, who has the vape pen? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Better you than me, my friend. So 10 years there. Did you ever work at the high school?
Well, I filled in, worked off and on up there because,
okay.
you know, if somebody was out or whatever, if they needed you, you'd fill in up there.
Yeah.
Which one do you prefer?
I like the middle school.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot less headache, I assume. Less fights and crap like that.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. Less guns, less everything.
You ever have anything that you just almost lost your temper, or just like one of those things you looked in the mirror, it's like, what am I doing?
Like in my career, like patrol?
No, like in SRO. Because like patrol, I don't really, I'm not getting heated, but like I feel like the times that I have had my temper tested has involved those high school age kid who's
Yes.
just like kind of using the rules to get at you, like, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. They're talking at the same time, and it's like,
Yeah. Because a lot of time the middle school kids, now, they still do it, but they don't do it as good as the high school kids do.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
You're looking at the high school kids, like you're an adult.
Right.
You're basically an adult.
Jeez. Square, we're going to talk.
That's what I mean. I mean, face me when we're speaking.
Verbal judo.
Yeah, because, well, 2 years after I got hired here on patrol is when, you know, I got shot at through the door. And
What?
Yeah.
How did we skip that?
Notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so whenever like we're talking about interesting things
Oh,
like that, almost getting murdered.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We'll-
we just
oh,
gonna
okay.
glance over that.
Yeah,
part.
we'll talk about that.
Oh, okay.
So let's start over. What's some interesting things that happen in patrol?
Oh, I guess they're getting shot at it's one north of 30, right there north of 30 on 161 and
Like
Duncan Perry,
Egyptians? Oh,
that
there.
apartment complex.
Yeah.
That
Like a
one.
disturbance call? What was that?
No, it was an agent. They called to do check welfare because he hadn't shown up for work, and for 2 weeks, so we thought he was dead.
Oh,
So-
the actual agent.
Yeah.
Oh, he lived in some apartments.
Yeah,
up there.
and he's the one that shot at us. Yeah.
There's a lot of weird things going on with that whole situation.
Yes. So they did the check welfare. We went there. It was, you know, his boss was there. And then I knocked on the door, and
First of all, y'all know this guy. Why am I knocking on the door?
Yeah.
right. Well, they said that, you know, they wanted to do a check welfare. it came out later that he was under investigation.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Dude,
Bro,
if I
look.
show up and someone's like, "Hey, why don't you help me do a check welfare?" Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Why don't you go knock on the door?
No, you go knock on the door. That's your
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah.
You work with. Bro, listen.
So they left that part out till like after everything was.
Ooh.
You can like just look over your shoulder and 30 yards behind you. You're like, "This is weird." Knock, knock.
Well, and then he didn't answer. So then I called for permission to kick the door, and the sergeant said that he was on the way to. Then we were going to do it. Well, we were standing there talking, and then he said he was on scene. So I just was like, "Well, I'll knock one more time." And so I knocked one more time. I guess they thought that that's when we're fixing to kick the door. So then that's when they shot 8 times through the door, like all like waist level across the door.
You said they shot?
Or he did.
Oh,
The guy that was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did I mean,
I got so many problems with that though.
Oh, as soon as it was over, me and a supervisor were fighting.
Okay, so we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
like-
I was too young to, I was
No,
like,
you're
Exactly.
never too
That's
young.
exactly why they didn't explain it.
Yeah.
I hate people like that.
Yeah, you never too young.
Yeah.
Shit, what the motherfucker
So I'm
say?
assuming nobody got hit.
No, nobody got hit, luckily. And then, after the volley, we assumed that he took his own life, like shot himself in the head. But that was after a.
Just walk all out of the hole.
Yeah. And then he gassed several times. And then, so inside, he had like checkpoints before he put guns. So I think he was going to try to make a last stand. And then in his closet was like a big Nazi flag with Hitler and all this other stuff. So it was fun times. Yeah.
So this is what.
I'd be
Look,
I'd be so livid.
I'm so
I'm
pissed
mad
right
now.
now. I'm so pissed right now. This is what that looks like. After he shoots through the door, we're all good and they're gassing. When they go, all right, we're breaking down this. We're done here. You turn and you find that one guy and you're like,
Yeah.
you knew,
Yeah.
and then you just make a beeline right up to him.
Yeah.
And then it's not. No,
That's
I don't-
one of the situations I would lose my temper.
Oh, yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
lose
Yeah,
my
yeah,
shit.
yeah. Temper gone.
Yeah.
Temper's gone.
Yeah.
Pew!
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna take my jacket off now.
That's wild.
Yeah. So and you didn't shoot back?
I mean, what are you gonna shoot at?
I know.
Well, so the first 2 rounds sound like firecrackers. Like, you're like, hey, who's shooting firecrackers at the park? Because
Because you don't think that the ICE supervisor just sent you to a firing squad.
right. So you're like not even expecting it to be that. So you're just like, hey, hey, who's shooting
This
firecrackers
is a
in
fellow
the?
buddy
Yeah.
that we're just checking out. Holy
And it was
smoke.
about the 3rd shot that you could see like in the wood, all of a sudden the
door.
hole appear. Yeah,
Right.
and you're like, oh, this isn't good.
Jesus. God. So any other attempted murders on patrol?
Well, there was a guy that he was at another apartment complex, and they called in and said he had a gun, and it was they have the waist high bars. His hands were below it, like it was
like a balcony type?
yeah, but it's like waist high, so
Yeah.
like you can't see below, but above. So he was standing up
This
there.
a year or so ago?
No, this was I don't know 2008, 9,
Oh, okay,
somewhere in
never
there, and so he was standing there, and you could hear he came down, but before he came down, you heard like a click, and you're like, oh, and he dropped the gun up there. Luckily, it was unloaded. No guns in it. But yeah, I never saw the gun because, of course, it was below the.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the only reason he didn't get shot.
Dropping the gun is a good way to not get shot.
Yeah,
In most
For anybody
cases.
wondering.
Look, in most cases.
yeah,
Dang.
Not gonna speak for ICE.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. So you didn't shoot that guy. So was SWAT called out on that? Or
No, because he came down to me and I
Yeah.
put him in cuffs and everything, and then
just mental health crisis?
he was drunk.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, alcohol and guns, people, they don't go together.
Alcohol and guns, alcohol and families, alcohol and
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah, pretty much. Alcohol should just be by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So that's when you're like, dang, this job could be dangerous.
Yeah.
were you ready to quit? Blessing, like, what the hell did I
Did
get
you
into?
ever have a moment like that where you're like, I want to be a preacher. What am I doing?
Well, after getting shot at it did make me question it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
You're just like, how many racist ice agents can there be?
Right.
Probably fine.
Right.
Dang. I'm still mad about that. All right, so Grand Prairie, you said you're here because we called first.
Yeah.
Note. Yes, please call people immediately. So what else do you want to do? So you're in patrol and that's going on. Did you apply to any other units, or was community services the only thing besides SRO that you applied for?
I applied once for Lake.
Lake? Mm-hmm. You like to swim?
Oh, I just thought it'd be fun to get 4-wheelers and boats and stuff.
Blessing. You know what? 4-wheeler. Who do I send my memo up to? Oh, man, that's awesome.
Hey, you know.
I told you he's funny. He's funny. So, did you go through the test? I take it. It was they run, swim, and what else?
Back then, it was that was before I ever got in the SRO unit, so that was a long time ago. So it was, you did the swim, you did the run, and that was about it. Yeah. And then that was when I think Carlos got it, Perez.
Oh, okay. Huh?
You and Carlos had beef?
No, I was like, good,
He
good
was
for
like,
you.
now we do. Oh man. So
as far as so like on the personal side, you're married?
Yes, married,
Okay.
2 kids.
Yeah. Oh, nice. The reason I asked that is because like when like the lake is a spot that I've always thought would be cool too, but I could never do it.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Kids and the schedule
Oh, yeah.
and everything. I guess that was before. You had a family?
Yeah, I wasn't married then.
Nice. When did all that happen?
When I get married, 2011.
Okay, so you've been caught for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. How'd that? I assume she got into it knowing what you were doing. So.
Yeah, well, at first she didn't know because I didn't really. It was a couple dates into it.
Well, I didn't mean day one.
he's like, yeah, we got married. She still doesn't know what I do. I'm leaving the house at 8. I'll be back at 6.
Don't ask me questions. Have dinner ready.
Oh man,
Pretty uneventful day. You know.
that's funny. So is she one of those? Because I mean, I know the listeners, they hear this story all the time, but like I get questioned. You still like doing that? And I'm like, yeah, I still like doing it. So was she on board, or was she like, "Ooh, babe, I'm scared. I don't know. Think about something else. Go preach, maybe."
No,
Back then it was a little safer. I don't know about now preaching. Yeah.
No, she was fine with it. I mean, she never had any problems with it.
Yeah.
But of course, I didn't get shot at with hers before that, so she didn't have to go
Right.
through any of that stuff.
Oh, did you look? You probably didn't tell her.
Yeah, she'll get to hear it now, I guess.
You're like, how much your life insurance for?
Yeah, no, he's gonna get a text, babe. Call me immediately. Yeah. Like, damn it. All right, so, 2 kiddos, teenagers, little ones.
Little ones, girl and boy.
Oh, so you'll be around another 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
That'll be a long time.
Yeah.
I'll say you are about to hit your 20, but I mean,
Right.
generally we don't retire at 20.
No,
You have any specific trajectory or?
no, not really. I mean, 26 for insurance.
What does that do?
You get your insurance from the city. 26.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's when you get the lower price.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's
Didn't know
a
that.
good date to
Yeah.
think about. I mean,
So you get insurance after you retire?
well, at 20 you do, but it's a lot a month. And then at 26 is when it goes down to about half that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's significant.
Because they're expecting you to.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, of course,
Terrible.
yeah, mortuary table.
Yeah. Terrible.
We got a wellness program. We'll show them.
That's why I'll see you Thursday.
You won't. You just want to see me in yoga pants stretching. That's all you're trying to do. You're trying to get me to go to yoga.
First off, you better not come in there in no yoga pants.
It's a one. Is it a onesie?
So yeah. Speaking of speaking of stretching, oh man, I wish we had a picture. I saw a picture of this young man of 3 years ago, maybe.
Probably.
Holy smokes! Go ahead and let him in on it, because he doesn't know you like that. So go ahead.
What? I make sure I know the
The
right
way he
thing.
does in his personal life is,
Right.
I don't judge.
No, we're talking about working out.
Oh,
Well, you're not saying it. So.
I know it, but he knew what I was leading up to. So anyway, you work out all the time.
try to. Yes.
He works out all the time. Probably more than me.
Doubt that.
So I think dropped 75 pounds.
God damn.
Yeah, it was big. That's what fast food and stuff will do to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's a problem.
and
right
cookies. I mean, I do like sweets.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm 40. I think that's the only reason I'm not fat. Because I just don't have a thing for sweets. 'Cause
I
I don't really have a whole, like, a discipline. I just don't like
Yeah.
sweet stuff that much.
I got a sweet tooth
Oh.
over here, probably one over here, one down there.
Yeah.
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 Dang. I knew you then. I don't think I realized
Yeah.
how overweight you were.
So, what prompted you to be, when did you get to that point where it's like, nope, I'm done. I need to start working out every day and just lifestyle change?
Well, honestly, it was my daughter because she'll be dating a boy soon, and I don't want I want him to not want to be around her.
Wait, what?
Well, like if he wants to try to do something,
Oh,
yeah,
we carry guns.
yeah, but still,
Yeah. I get it.
Daddy wants to look the part.
yeah, yeah.
So, what kind of regiment did you do to, like,
Well-
did you wake up and go, I'm gonna, what is it, CrossFit, or did you go,
Well, I got a
P90X.
trainer,
You got a trainer? Cool.
and I started cutting down carbs and not really the all meat diet.
Yeah.
Carnivore.
keto?
Carnivore.
You said you did do the all meat, or you did
No,
not?
well, I mean, I stuck to it closely, but I didn't like. Oh, if we went to a Mexican food place, I'm still gonna eat chips because hey, I mean, it's
yeah.
still, but
We're Texan.
yeah. I mean, chips and hot sauce. I mean,
That's right.
Yeah.
No,
That can be a meal by itself.
I will never not eat
Yeah.
chips and hot sauce.
But for the most part, like when you make your meals, especially at home, just don't cut out the breads and the carbs as much as you can.
I did that for a little bit, but I was amazed. I felt terrible. I don't know if it's like a detox process or whatever,
yeah.
but I did it for a week, and I was like, no.
Yeah,
Not
well,
made for that.
yeah, that's your body saying, no, give me that. Because when I cut out sugar, I had a headache for 2 weeks. I ate that much candy.
Golly.
Yes, sir, 2 weeks, every day. I woke up, I had a headache. I was like, oh, that's my body going, give me sugar, eat more candy.
Really?
Dang. So it works. But, I mean, to do something like that, drop that much weight, you got to dive into something. And I'll tell people, I don't care what you do, you just have to do.
And then it was a regiment, it worked for me. So, like chest, back, bis and tris, then shoulders and legs 5 days a week. And then, of course, cardio every day.
Right.
So I usually take one day off a week.
You still stick to that regimen now?
Yeah.
Dedication.
So,
I like
sometimes I might have 2 days off a week, depending on what's going on, but that'd be the most.
it. Yeah.
Whenever you were first starting, did you start dropping pretty quick, or did you ever doubt
It was a
what
slow
the hell am I
burn.
doing?
It was a slow burn.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the first few weeks or months was 10 pounds, and you're just like, is this worth it? And then
Right.
then you're like, if these other people can do it, I'm going to do it.
Right.
So
Who else did you see that, or was it someone you saw that you were just kind of motivated by to be like, if they're going to do it, I can do it too.
well, you see people or motivational stuff, and you see people who have lost limbs or whatever, and they're doing it. So it's
It
like,
doesn't count for weight loss.
well, I mean,
Well,
it does. I mean, it's less weight.
I'm not
I'm not
going
going to say
to
it's cheating, but
But if they can get in good shape and be physically fit, then so can I.
yeah.
But so as far as the job concerned, do you feel like, man, now I can do police work a lot easier, because I'm 75 pounds lighter?
Sure, but I mean, I don't know. I always try to talk myself out of fights and stuff with the people. So I mean, it's not like they always usually complied to whatever. So I mean, that really didn't. It's just my overall life and health that has benefited.
How much has it impacted home life?
Same. I mean,
he could get around and do
Well,
stuff.
I know he's not in a hover around.
it's not like I was bumping into walls all over.
Right, yeah, like you're not having to redo
Baby,
your door
give me
jams.
something to eat. You're like
we're
laid up.
that big. I mean, as far as
I just cut out gravy on everything. I don't know. Like no play.
I meant more like y'all developing new hobbies, like going hiking or swimming.
Well,
or
with
anything
small
like that.
kids, it's still kind of hard. But I mean,
Oh,
the goal is eventually, yeah.
Well, it's funny, but I tell people I work out as hard as I do so I can go to my kids' school and be like the most in shape
Yes.
dad in the class.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife started working out a lot. She's doing the 75 hard thing and sticking to it like hyper religiously. And she's getting in better shape than me. So
You gotta keep up, bro.
yeah, started going jiu-jitsu again. Man,
Yeah.
That's
you get kind of
funny.
lazy.
Yeah. So do y'all eat right, like the whole family? Or
We
you,
try. How
do
about
you
that? We
eat
try.
right, and it's like here
Careful.
kiddos,
Yeah.
eat McDonald's. Y'all can have what you want.
Well, our kids are so picky. Like that's the problem. Picky on what they eat. So it's like almost like, hey, if you'll eat that, then great. At least you're eating something.
Dude,
Yeah.
I used to talk so much about that approach to parenting, and I was kind of a hard ass in my first three, and this fourth one, dude, he ate 2 cuties and had a giant bucket of cheese puffs on the couch with me while we watched Bluey last night.
And then he was like, "Daddy, I'm going to bed."
Yeah, no, straight up. He's like, "We're Milky's night." Okay, cool. That was your dinner.
That's awesome
So-
and scary.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So Sunday, my daughter woke up with an earache, or during the day got an earache, however that went, and was running a fever, and so she wasn't eating, right? And so we had to get her medicine, so she had to eat to get the medicine, and then
That's literally him having dinner last night. I think I was watching football. But
that's
yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
Bucket of
Yeah.
shit.
And so, I went to the grocery store, and it's like, she likes powdered donuts. So I went and got her some powdered donuts and some like little Twix, and just trying to get her food, so something, so that we could get medicine in her, because she wasn't eating anything.
Oh, and if they're sick, man, that's
Oh,
different.
yeah.
That's a totally different set of
Yeah.
rules.
Yeah.
But then you're checking out with all this stuff, and everybody's looking at you like, not for me.
Yeah.
But it is for me because
Yeah.
I'm helping eat
I
it
know.
too.
Yeah, man, I'm done fighting kids. The first
Oh,
three
yeah.
is worth it. This one, I'm just like, if you grow up and like, if you're just like, your older siblings are like athletes and squared away, and you're not, be like, sorry, dude, you should have listened when you were 2. You want to eat cheese puffs,
Bro,
Be
no.
lazy.
I think we're in a new age of parenting because I'm that same way. It's like now we have the point system at Chick-fil-A to the tune of we can pull up and go, oh, no, these 4 combos are free because we spend
Oh,
so
damn.
much money.
That's awesome.
No, it is not awesome. I'm like,
we were at a restaurant. We went down to Austin to visit my daughter, and we were at a restaurant afterwards, and he was acting just being a little fool and just being crazy, and there's people around, and my wife pulled out huge pet peeve of mine is like kids aren't watching tablets at the dinner table.
Yep.
Like, you're going to pay attention to people around you.
Yep.
You can run your mouth, you can be loud and annoying.
Right.
I don't care. We're not going to do that.
Right.
Wife pulled out her phone, set it up, turned on Bluey. And I'm sitting there, and my first reaction was like, when you see something that you just like, no, that's not the thing that we do. I'm like, ugh, like, what do you?
Yeah.
But then immediately I was like, he's kind of quiet though. I was like, he's not throwing a fit because he doesn't want to eat the stuff that we're eating. I'm like, it's fine.
Right.
One day won't kill.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you give your wife the
That's
fist
every day.
bump. Good job.
I
babe.
kind of understand a little more now too, because like you look at your parents, and always for those of us with multiple siblings, it's like I'm the oldest. I had one childhood. The other ones have a different childhood.
Totally different.
And it's like, can be like, what? Like, what are you doing? You soft. But now I kind of understand it. It's not that they were salter; they're just tired.
Right.
Like you beat them down. Like you defeated them mentally, and now they're just like whatever.
Thanks, older bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. So the kiddos, are they at the age that they understand what you do?
My daughter does. She's 5. So
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
my-
they're young.
Oh yeah, and my son a year and a half. So
Yeah.
So going to school has actually helped branch out of that, like where she'll start eating more because she sees her friends eating
Right.
different things, and so that's a good thing. But before that, she was so picky.
Oh, you got to give it like
My
that.
older
look.
ones, I just say, okay, you're not eating. Like straight, like
Yeah.
one day's not one meal's not going to kill you.
Yeah,
like you're
true.
going to be uncomfortable, and you're going to learn that when mom works her butt off to fix a meal, you're going to eat it.
Yeah.
And then I just got soft. this fourth man, he can do whatever the hell he wants.
That's when you tell them old school, just go drink some water and go to bed.
Yeah.
Drink
Dude,
you some water.
she fixed potato soup yesterday. Like got home from work, worked out, got straight to work. Like just a fantastic meal. You had really went above and beyond trying to make sure everybody's fed because we hadn't gone grocery shopping. And I fixed him a bowl, and I go to feed him, and he just like he takes a bite and then leans over to his high chair and spits it out. He goes, nah, he pushes it away. And like that part of my soul, I'm like, oh, you're gonna eat or you're gonna go to bed. And I was like, and then he points at the cheese puffs. He's like, can I have more? I was like, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, whatever.
No, he should have had mashed potatoes. I'd have took that potato off the floor and I'd have mashed it up. Now you gonna eat this.
I should have. I really should have, but I was just done, man.
Could have used a cheesy puff as a spoon. Here you go.
Yeah. I should have.
We're just at a different. I'm telling you, it's just different, and it's funny because you just think back. Yeah, it was different for us when we were growing up, but like now, you're right. You just want to just give it to them. Peace is it's hard to put a price on it, my friend.
Because then they'll be crying for like the 30 minutes of trying to get them to eat or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. No thanks.
Wait till your daughter come home, Daddy. I want that Salisbury steak. You gonna be like, baby, that ain't steak. That's what my friends were eating at school. McRib. Remember that McRib meat?
Oh, and McDonald's?
Yeah. Yeah. Probably not meat at all.
Oh, no, 100% no.
Yeah.
Or at least not the kind of meat you would eat.
Yeah. Yeah. So you said she knows what you do. So is she, like, do you go home in uniform and
No,
she's like, okay,
no.
so she doesn't see that?
No, she's seen pictures and stuff, but no. But since I guess her favorite character is Chase on Paw Patrol because he's a police officer. So
Yeah. So my kids wanted the little stickers. So they put the police stickers on like the computers and everything. I'm like, y'all don't need that. That it can have you have a pencil, like they have a Grand Prairie police pencil.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, y'all gonna be in class. People gonna be looking at y'all crazy. Don't.
Yeah. I don't go like full on, you have those cops who are like super James Bond,
Right.
Die hard.
thin blue line kind of.
Yeah.
They add use a friend on social media, and their name is like some kind of super secret code and a picture of like some generic knight in blue armor or something. Like I don't know who you are,
Right.
But I don't go that far. But I definitely. What?
Your shirt.
Oh, well, this is actually given to me for this show.
Oh, okay.
I don't dress like this. I dress like a dad in fishing shirts and shorts like a good dad.
Yeah, dad.
High
bod
socks.
Yes.
and church shoes.
In slides. But yeah, no, the wearing police stuff outside, it's not. No, it's not a thing.
No.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I've done such a thorough job of like keeping it away from my boys, especially that they don't. I think they forget what I do sometimes.
Well, it was funny. I'll throw this. So went to a store and like regular clothes. Like the lady checking out was like, "Hey, do you do something?" I'm like, "Do something?" Because I was like,
Your brain flashes back to your prostitution days. You're like, "Excuse me."
How much?
Yeah. And she's like, you're a fireman, aren't you? I was like, you got me.
I am a hero. Except I accept tips.
Until your daughter would go, Daddy, you're a police officer. You're like,
That's fine.
well, that's awesome. All right, so now you're in community services. Community enhancement.
Community enhancement.
Yes. Tell me something that you didn't
Why did I
expect.
use a word like enhancement?
Yeah, I don't know where.
Because you're enhancing the city, making it better.
Yeah, but that
Okay, so I forgot where I was going, bro. I promise. I don't know. So tell me something that is different or you didn't expect from what we do now. Like, on the outside versus, now that I'm there, I never would have guessed.
I guess how much stuff is actually done, like how many fires are actually put out, because it's always like, hey, this city council member called about this, you got to run take care of that, and then hey, there's this going on, and you got to prioritize stuff, because sometimes you can think, I can get to that later, and then the next thing you know, it's like, hey, where are you, a day later, why hasn't this been done? You're like, I thought I had a little bit of time to get that done, that kind of stuff.
So when you say like, say a city council member calling about
Well,
an issue,
they call the chiefs, and,
Right.
It filters back down.
So what kind of issues are we talking about?
lighting or
potholes,
speed bumps,
everything.
neighbor.
They're calling y'all about that stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, because we'll help them get code and do that kind of stuff to fix the problem, to go there and actually.
You're a liaison of sorts.
Correct. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then the big thing was Faith in Blue with that I did this year and last year.
Okay.
Which is the touch a truck and all the churches and getting all those things orchestrated.
Yeah, it's a lot that goes into it. It's just funny to get different people's perspective, because if you're on the outside, it's like, man, what do y'all do? Community enhancement, y'all ain't doing nothing. It's like, it's just busy. Like, you're gonna stay busy. You should almost be out of the office 90% of the time.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a big appeal of that spot.
Yeah, and it's like you just go. It's just go, and then like he says, nope, you're gonna get a phone call, Katie, where are we with such and such? And you're like, oh crap, I thought I had 3 more days. And it's just you fix problems all day, fix problems.
And then everybody that moves into the department, you have to do their backgrounds to make sure they're not felons.
Really?
So think about all the departments we have that comes to us, so everybody. So
I think you're doing a bad job.
Yeah, I just got in the unit.
None of those guys are felons. There's no way.
So we can't deny somebody from moving.
We just tell the departments that they have that.
What's on their
and then
history.
that's on them to accept or decline.
And I got news for you. I have personally called, I won't say names, but I go, hey, that guy, I told you he's a felon, and he beat up the previous applicant. Right. Oh, they stay in building J. Yeah. So it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, we try to prevent it, but
now your good complexes will then cut them. I mean, they'll be like, okay, they're not living here.
Yeah. But then you got someone to say, hey, your deposit just went up $1,000.
Right. Yeah. Just use it for business purposes.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a catch-all unit. But he's doing a good job, so I like it. I'm happy. All right. So before we go, we always ask somebody, he's been on the hot seat all day, all morning.
Used to.
But what would you tell a young officer that's wanting to get into police work? What advice would you give them, or what would you say to them?
And specifically if someone, because is not a small amount of crossover between from the religious arena to, because there's been a few guys who come through that kind of had an eye on ministry who went eventually choosing law enforcement. So anything you can offer to people who might be on the fence about that too.
Well, it still is a calling. It's still and it's you're still doing good work. You're still helping people and trying to solve their problems. And hopefully lead them in the way they need to be led.
Yeah.
So
short and sweet.
Yeah.
But before we get out of here, he's never done his hair like this, bro. His hair is sharp.
Yeah.
How'd I do it today?
I thought. How do you normally do it?
I thought that's how I did it.
Okay. Yes. So we're gonna get out of here.
I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you sitting down with us.
Yeah. Thanks.
Easy
Thanks
peasy.
for having me.
All right. Until next time.
Until next time.